In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you all how to make this beautiful gathered gown with a back waistline. It also has very stylish strap sleeve which you can play around with. You can either keep it at the top part of your shoulder. You can also decide to keep it just at the sides of your arm. You can decide to take it into your dress if you decide to wear it as a two bustier gown. It is 100% detail, and this is a type of dress that gives you that vibe which you've always wanted. You can wear it to regular events or for dates. If it sounds like something you're interested in learning, continue watching and let's get started. I'll be drafting on the pattern paper before I proceed to cut on my fabric. This pattern paper I have right here has a very straight line on the top part, and that is my shoulder line. So we all know that this is an off shoulder. So I'll be subtracting 6 inches from all my vertical measurements. 6 inches placed on that first line of my shoulder. I got my bust point of 11 inches, my under bust of 13.5 inches, my half length of 16.5 inches. Now I'm extending all these points. So I'll label them as well. So from my half length, I'm going to come down by 2 inches like this and extend it to a straight line, and that line here is going to be for my lower waistline, and I've also labeled it as well. Then for my back effect, I'll be coming down by 5 inches from my lower waistline and also rule that line. So all these lines are complete, and in total they are 5. So on that first line, which is my shoulder line, I divided my bust circumference by 4, which is 9.75 inches. So I'll mark them on my bust point line, but it's not really necessary to mark it on your bust point line. Then on my under bust, I'll divide my under bust circumference by 4, and I marked what I have right there, which is 7.75. On my half length, I divided my waist circumference by 4 and mark what I have. So now I'll be connecting all these points together. Then from the shoulder line, I connected it to my under bust, then to my half length or my waistline. Then on the lower waistline, you're measuring the circumference of your lower waist, and they're dividing it by 4. So what I have is what I marked there, and I connected from my half length to my lower waistline. I'm adding a seam allowance of 1.5 inches like this, and I'll connect it as well. Please blend every sharp or pointy edge, okay? So from that seam allowance I have, I'm marking half of an inch down like this, and I'm going to be making a connection from this my allowance into this my back line. Just like this, I'll place this properly and now connect from this point here. So that is basically it. And from the underbust now, I'll be coming down by 1 inch from the underbust line, and I'll extend that point. So I'm going to be cutting this out because we are done with the drafting, as you can see right here. Simple, right? Yes. Now I'm going to be getting the other side of my pattern paper, but before I place the front part, I'll be marking 1 inch. This 1 inch is going to be for my zipper allowance, which I connected into a straight line. Now I'll be placing down my front pattern exactly on the line of 1 inch. So before I start anything, I'll be marking out all these lines so that it's not going to be confusing at all. Then after that, I'm going to be cutting out the sides, and when I get to this point here, I'm going to be folding in that basque of 5 inches because it's only the front part that has this basque effect. So I'll fold it in like this, just from that half of an inch, and then cut this out straight. I also cut out the top part, so you already know that I have half inch here before that my shoulder line. So I'm done cutting. I'll just take the back piece aside to complete the front part. So from that 1 inch I came down from the underbust, I'm going to be slashing this. So this is really optional. You can decide to just leave it as one piece like this, or you can still decide to cut it. So I just label them so that I don't get confused when I cut it on my fabric. So back to the back pattern, I'll extend all those lines I traced out earlier from the front, and on the half length or the waistline, I'll go up and down like this by half of an inch and slightly slant this into the body measurement. Now from that center line, I'll go on ahead to slash. So I'll slash this, and I'll be folding in that half of an inch I marked earlier like this. Then I'm getting my sellotape to join this together as I've created this spacing. So this is something that helps to eliminate any sort of zipper bulge. Okay. Then on that half length again, I'll be marking half of an inch like this, and I'm going to be slanting this up and down. So with this alone, all sorts of zipper bulge has been eliminated. also have a separate tutorial on how to eliminate any zipper board, just in case you don't really understand this one very well. The link will be in the description box. So I went on ahead to cut this out. So all these pieces, I've cut it out on this my fabric I'm working with right here, and I also use the same fabric as my lining piece. So this is for my lining piece. So when I'm joining, I'm placing them like this, right sides facing each other. This is for the front part, and I'll join like this using just half of an inch. So this is it on the pattern. On that bust, you can say I added half of an inch, and I did same for the backs area. So for the backs area on the waistline here, if you're adding this half inch, when you get to this point, don't add extra half inch. But at the top part of the backs effect, also add just half inch. So I'll be ironing all of these pieces out. After ironing, I'll just join them like this, right sides facing each other, and this is what it will look like. For the back piece, this is what it looks like as well. At the base, I added half of an inch. So I'm not ironing and joining the upper part and the backs area, and I've ironed my seam open, as you can see. So I'm going to be folding this into two, and I'll be marking my nipple to nipple point. So my nipple to nipple point is 3.5 inches. So from that 3.5 inches, I'll be marking 1.5 inches again, and I'll now notch that 1.5 inches. So if your nipple to nipple point is 4 inches, mark it and mark 1.5 inches and notch. Then this rope I have right here is 4 in total for the strap, which I already cut out behind the camera, and I'm pretty sure that all of us know how to go about the cutting of and sewing of a rope, right? So now I'm going to get one end that I didn't stitch inside of the rope. I'll be placing it on that 1.5 inches I marked away from my nipple to nipple line, right sides like this, making sure that the rope is properly placed on top of my fabric. Then I'll pin it this way. Okay, so I'll get the fabric, which is for the lining piece, and I'm going to be placing them like this, right sides facing each other. I'll arrange this properly at the top part. Then I'll use my hemming gum to stitch this together at the same time. So I'll be pinning this down like this, and when I'm done, I'll use half of an inch to join this at the top part. So here it is, and by the time you go on ahead to iron this, it's going to stick very well because of the presence of that hemming gum inside. I'm really particular about getting the center piece of this dress because it is really needed alongside the sewing. So I just went on ahead to raise this up and iron my hemming gum in between. I want this to stick and be in place because this fabric was slightly moving around and I didn't want to make any mistake. So for the back part of my dress, I'll also bring it here and arrange this. So from the side, just watch what I'm doing. I'll come in by 4.5 inches, or can mark 5 inches for the fixing of the back strap. Okay, so when I do this, I also repeat the same thing I did for the front part by placing my rope and using my same fabric to cover up and stitch using half inch using my hemming gum as well. So I've gone ahead to do this, and I've also turned this to the right side as well. So the zipper area, you can use cut off and to stitch it down if you wish. So now I'm placing these two pieces together right sides, and I'll be aligning them at the side here and also at the top part, and then pin them. When I'm done, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches, which is for my sewing allowance. So at both sides, I've joined using 1.5 inches, and here is what it looks like on the wrong side. So I'll be taking my body measurement to ensure that it didn't exceed or is not below that. And this is all I did, and everything corresponded perfectly. So I'm going to be taking the measurement or the distance from this my shoulder line to my bust point line, and what I have here is 5 inches. So I'll come to the center of this my dress here. I'm going to be marking that 5 inches because I'll be fixing an elastic to the center part. So since it's 5 inches, this my elastic, I'll make it 2 inches. I'll reduce 3 inches from it so that by the time I stretch it, it will come like this. Okay, so I'll mark that 5 inches first, so it will be my guide, and I'll cut out elastic of 2 inches long. So I'll pin it on that center of my dress, sorry. Then when I drag it, and I'll stitch exactly in the middle. So I'll also take the measurement of the waist area of this my gown, and I had 42 inches, which I'll be multiplying by 3. So I have 126 inches. So for the lower part of this my gown, the waist area is going to be 126 inches wide. So for the length, you're going to be taking the measurement from the shoulder here to the lower waistline. So mine is 18.5 inches. And I'm going to be subtracting this from the length of my gown. So my gown is 58 inches. If I subtract 18.5 inches from it, I have 40 inches. So the length of this gown here now is 40 inches. Forget about this. I didn't really fold it well here, but it's more than 40 inches long. Then on the waist here, I'll be having 126 inches. So I'll take the first measurement 60 and I'll take the second one. But quite unfortunate, this is all I've got. I was not up to 120, but I still had to use it like that and the gathers came out perfectly fine. So I'll fold this my fabric into two to get the midpoint. After that, I'll be running a straight gather stitch on that top part. So I fixed this elastic to the center part of my upper dress, and this is what it looks like. I slightly exceeded that 5 inches, so you can even extend yours to get up to the under bust. It depends on how exposing you want your cleavage to be, because the more you stitch this down, the more exposing your cleavage. So this is it now. That part I notched for the lower part of my gown. I'm going to be aligning it with the center of the upper part of my gown, because I already have a crease line on it, right? So I'll pin them together right sides facing each other. And I've also run my loose gather stitch at this top part here. So all I'm going to do is also get the ends of this part and align it with the ends of the upper part of my dress. After that, the excess I have on this lower part, I'll be pulling on one of the threads I have so far, so that it can properly align with the waist area of the upper part of my dress, because it's not meant to be oversized, right? So when I do this, I'll go on ahead to pin this as well. I'm done pinning and I'm done arranging this. I'm yet to stitch, but yours should look like this. They should align properly. And then I'll use half inch to stitch this all around, following the shape of the waistline. Don't go out of shape, okay?
This time I've been holding on.
And on the right side, this is what it should look like as well. So when you're done stitch using just half of an inch, you are going to be bringing this together like this, right sides facing each other. Now from that joint on your half length, you will come down by 7 inches like this, and you're going to stitch this all the way down to the ends of your gown. And this is what I've done so far. I've stitched the lower part to the upper part of my gown. See how beautiful and nice it looks. And I've also stitched the back part here. So I'm going to be fixing my zipper to the upper part. Doing it like this will make your zipper come out perfect and neat. Okay, so that'll be all for today's tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you all next time on the same channel. Bye.